for the ones that went through the long lap penalty. He's behind Plong now. Play third position on the grid rider, Ramersdorfer then. Very easily a winner so far this year, Alvaro Carpe. One
did in practice as well. Morelli was a second faster than that in qualifying. Was up into second place. He's just been pushed aside by Brian Uri.
Absolutely nailing it, but then there's Beñat Fernandez coming up the inside now.
But they're not going that much faster than he did in qualifying. So
turn 6 there to try and take back the 4th position.
Well, they're still in the 145 bracket, but the mid 45
together and hunting them down. Unfortunately, it's now 3.8. The gap.
Yeah, and where do you say 70? The 145 is to be in normal circumstances, but when you started on the front row of the grid,
it's in 3rd. I mean, that is just sensational. Riders in the long lap penalty lane aside. Poor Ramersdorfer, who started 3rd, finds himself in 11th.
16 riders. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Series goes all the way back to Guillaume Plong. Where did he come from on the grid? All the way. You've got Fernandez behind them, Morelli there, Pugliese, the old sparring partner. A set of corners, here we come. I've got to say, I'm flat. The number 77 in Martinez there, here we are. So this is that a couple of bike lengths splitting Ruche Moodley in second place, Brian.
148.2. Over, a second quicker. This back into 4th place. Just seeing Peroni, who we were right. So we've still got Vedi Pitama leading, but they're lapping now the 140. Ruche Moodley that leads, but it is Brian Uriarte who's up into
the leader. Clearly, the big chunks being taken out of these Kates. Bobbed right down in the 47. He's now down in 11th. I'd definitely like to get a look at positions 4. Oh, who's that getting pushed wide? Boggio, very miffed with that 6th position. He's now been pushed all the way back to 11th.
54, Vedi Pitama, but it is the South African.
11th place, 12th place, even 13th place, I think, actually.
2 ways to do this. Morelli the fastest lap.
Oh, bless him.
What? 2 now.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, the action behind and not.
And you could see the tight line going in. It does gets in behind him as they go after Vedi Pitama and Uriarte.
And here he is doing the business up into 2nd place.
The usual get in behind me. Let's just see whether Hakim Danish.
He's in about 5th place, but he's going to move up the inside of the Frenchman. There he goes.
Coming up to half distance, and Vedi has split. He's taken about a 10 bike lengths.
Race 2 in Jerez. He is the rider leading the charge.
So fine.
There is your 3rd. Keep an eye on our 1-time.
Yeah, and they're, as I say, they're all lapping a second slower than they. Well, it is the 11th of Ruche Moodley with the advantage. Planck as from Carter Thompson. He does. No plan B. So I suppose, I was wondering whether he's got a bike set up really to run this fast. Because Morelli, speedway style, slides it into 5.723 he did in qualifying. They're now doing. You really hope for more, obviously. Yeah, absolutely. They are not working. It's a heck of a couple of opening laps. That it is indeed, isn't it? Yeah, and then that's no, it's not a bad play. Plonk came from 17th on the grid. Yeah. And he's who's back again for a 3rd season. It's 16 guys in this lead battle. It is for the European Talent Cup, now in the Junior GP Moto3. Regards in it. Plonk's form here. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. Battle for 4. Brilliant. Look at this. I mean, Carter Thompson leads them. And Uriarte through there, then the final corner. Final 7. And they're now going. Well then, we've also got... he took along that penalty and dropped to 11th. He's back up to 9th. The low 149s, but Hakim's pole time was 2nd place ahead of Vedi Pitama, and 24 Glen Park is production machines is happening behind this leading trio. Yeah, that's placed just ahead of his great mate Julian Pugliese. So it's down to 13, I reckon, because this is all very interesting, but it's a bit followed. And I think that was Leonardo Zanni, potentially his countryman, pushing him wide. Even though it's all action behind, I've got to say, actually, TV Direction are listening. On the number 11, Ruche Moodley who leads. And what a line that was. Vitali and Plonk there, because Christian Daniel Jr. crossed the line. He'll be furious at that, won't he? Oh dear, poor chap. Seeing too much of it at the moment, but it really is all action down to about. Help you get out onto this straight, so important. But as Colin said,
Veda Ega Pratama, pembalap muda andalan Astra Honda Racing Team, Akhirnya kembali ke lintasan FIM Junior GP World Championship 2025 usai absen akibat cedera. Ia dipastikan tampil di seri kedua kejuaraan yang berlangsung di sirkuit Jerez, Spanyol, akhir pekan ini, 29 Mei 1 Juni 2025. Setelah 2 pekan menjalani masa pemulihan, Veda tampak antusias menandai kehadirannya kembali di trek. Melalui akun Instagram resminya, ia membagikan momen latihan hari pertama di Jerez. Hari pertama di Jerez cukup panas, tulis Veda dalam bahasa Inggris, pada Jumat, 30 Mei 2025. But happy to be back on the bike after my injury. We continue to go step by step and keep our focus for the next 3 days. Tapi senang bisa kembali berkendara setelah cedera. Kami terus melangkah selangkah demi selangkah dan tetap fokus untuk 3 hari ke depan. Lanjutnya, kembalinya Veda ke lintasan menjadi titik balik setelah kecelakaan hebat yang dialaminya pada seri pertama Junior GP di sirkuit Estoril, Portugal, awal Mei lalu. Insiden itu terjadi saat ia berusaha mengejar posisi depan, dan menyebabkan cedera pada pangkal tulang fibula serta pergelangan tangan. Saya melakukan kesalahan di tikungan kedua terakhir dan mengalami hiksi. Saya rasa, ada pembalap yang sempat menyentuh kaki saya, tetapi saya baik-baik saja, kata Veda dalam keterangan resminya saat itu. Namun hasil pemeriksaan lanjutan di Barcelona menunjukkan kondisi yang lebih serius dari dugaan awal. Veda pun harus naik meja operasi pada Rabu dan absen dari Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup Seri Le Mans, Prancis. Rabu kemarin saya baru menyelesaikan operasi dan semua berjalan dengan lancar, ungkap Veda saat itu. Saya sekarang merasa lebih tenang tetapi sayang saya harus melewatkan Red Bull Rookies Cup Seri kedua di Le Mans minggu ini, tambahnya. Kini, dengan kondisi yang membaik dan semangat membara, Veda siap kembali menunjukkan performa terbaik. Apalagi, sirkuit Jerez bukan tempat asing baginya. Sebelumnya di ajang Red Bull Rookies Cup, Veda pernah tampil kompetitif dan meraih podium di lintasan yang sama. Kehadiran Veda kembali di lintasan bukan hanya memberi harapan baru bagi timnya, tetapi juga bagi para penggemar balap motor di tanah air yang menantikan kiprah sang pembalap muda dalam mengharumkan nama Indonesia di kancah internasional. Kecelakaan harus dialami pembalap Indonesia, Veda Ega Pratama, saat tampil dalam balapan seri pertama Junior GP Estoril 2025. Dalam kompetisi yang menjadi gerbang terakhir menuju Junior GP, Veda Ega Pratama hampir mencatat podium dalam balapan debutnya. Performa juara Asia Talent Cup 2023 memang menggigit sejak hari pertama kendati baru kali ini dia tampil di sirkuit Estoril di Portugal yang menjadi venue. Pada hari pertama, Jumat, 2 Mei 2025, Veda sukses mencatat waktu lap tercepat ketiga setelah 2 kali sesi latihan bebas. Sementara saat kualifikasi, Sabtu, 3 April 2025, pembalap berusia 16 tahun itu bangkit dari insiden crash untuk merangkak naik dari Q1 dan menempati posisi start ke-10. Masih ditambah penalti lap panjang karena pelanggaran bendera kuning saat latihan, Veda tetap menunjukkan semangat juang dalam balapan pada Minggu, 4 Mei 2025, kemarin. Dari posisi startnya, Veda mampu menyodok ke posisi keempat dalam 2 lap untuk bergabung dengan grup pembalap terdepan. Veda lalu menjalani penalti lap panjang dan kembali bangkit dari posisi ke-13 untuk naik ke posisi 5 pada paruh dari balapan berdurasi 17 lap itu. Kecepatan pembalap Astra Honda Racing Team itu memang impresif. Beberapa kali menyentuh waktu 1 menit 53 detik, dia menyaingi pace pembalap 3 besar dan juga Brian Uriarte, UAX72 Artbox, selaku pemenang lomba. Sayangnya, saat balapan tersisa 8 lap, Veda tiba-tiba menghilang dari posisi pembalap dalam siaran langsung. Ada jeda waktu yang lama hingga pemberitahuan muncul di layar kaca. Veda terjatuh. Demikian keterangannya. Astra Honda Racing Team selaku tim yang menaungi Veda memberi kabar terbaru melalui akun media sosial mereka. Usaha luar biasa Veda untuk raih podium di penampilan pertamanya di Junior GP terhalang hiksi di tikungan 11 ke 12, tulis tim media sosial AHRT. Sebelum kembali ke paddock, sesuai prosedur lomba, Veda harus lakukan pengecekan terlebih dahulu oleh tim medis sirkuit Estoril.
To fifth position, he started in fourth. He wins pole time was 1:48.2. Both of them did. Both the leading two got on the green there, and they've really got to watch that. It's a real problem.
Leading trio.
Yeah, that's right. So we've still got Veda Pratama leading, but there, you know,
that's how hard as racing gets for those guys there without it being unfair. Interesting, but it's a bit follow the leader. Clearly, the big chunks being on the limit, and then we're backwards from there. But there you go, Carpe finding limits and going. TV Direction are listening in. I'd definitely like to get a look at
He said, I found out where the limit was.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, that's exactly what he crossed the line in 6th position. He's now been pushed all the way back.
Faster and faster, pushing harder and harder. He said, I ended up pushing so hard I was getting
action down to about 11th place, 12th place, even
fictional series. Right, back with that, mate. It is Chiesa leads. Now he back to about 2 now.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, the pint-sized pocket rocket along with Rico Salmella. He's now one of the
tide gets in behind him as they go after.
But for the Spaniard, as I mentioned in the start of the broadcast, he's even...
There's the usual getting behind me. Let's just see.
There's leading the way. I got confused by the pink on the back of the helmet there.